And if I just put this here... Bingo! I've done it. I've solved the US immigration problem. I need to make a phone call.
Hello,
Hello? Is this Mr. Trump?
Pekin, who's calling?
It's Pepe the Frog.
The meme.
Yes, I've got a proposal for you.
I'm listening.
I've got a solution for the US immigration problem, and I think you should run for president with it as a campaign promise.
I like the sound of that. What's the solution?
A wall between the US and Mexico.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
We will build a great wall along the southern border.
My word, he actually fell for that. No way this joke will last. In 2015, when Donald Trump announced his candidacy for president, one of his campaign promises was to build a wall between the US and Mexico.
We will build a great wall along the southern border.
Yes, Donald, that's what I just said. And the best thing about this wall was that the Mexicans would pay for it.
And Mexico will pay for the wall.
The idea was obviously mocked and criticised relentlessly online. Mexico, in an unsurprising move, were not happy with the idea. In fact, I'll let the Mexican president at the time express his feelings.
I'm not gonna pay for that fucking wall.
The obvious and main criticism for the wall was the fact that it just didn't solve any issues. Many illegal immigrants don't just jump over the border, they actually enter legally but overstay their visas, or are smuggled in. Once president, Trump slightly changed how the wall would be funded. Now, the US would pay for the wall first, then Mexico would reimburse them. In a signed executive order by Trumpster on the 25th of Jan 2017, titled Border Security and Immigration Enforcement Improvements, it called for the construction of the wall. However, no logistics or specifications were provided. On the 26th, Press Secretary Sean Spicer told reporters that Trump was considering putting a 20% tariff on Mexican imports as a way to fund the wall. Spicer said the tariff could make $10 billion a year and easily pay for the wall. In March 2017, Fox News revealed the White House's requirements for the wall. It must be 30 feet high, difficult to climb or cut through, and most importantly, look good from the US side. Twitter had a field day mocking this. In December 2018, a GoFundMe was set up by a Florida man, of course, to help pay for the wall. The target was $1 billion, and his logic was if all 63 million Trump voters donated $80, they could pay for the wall. In 72 hours, 6.7 mil was raised. 2 days into the GoFundMe, a Redditor photoshopped the page to look like a Mr. Ronald Trump made a sole donation. Obviously, this method didn't work, only lasting a few months. Now, in 2017, before Trump was president, there was already about 654 miles of fencing between the US and Mexico. In 2021, Trump claimed he achieved 400 miles of border walls. The official number was 452. However, 80 miles of that was new barriers. The other 372 was just replacing old fences. Trump, of course, argued that the replacements counted as new walls. The replacements for some areas were 30 feet steel bollards, which only met 2/3 of the wall's requirements, because it failed the most important one. It ain't pretty on the US side. In 2018, Trump asked Congress for $18 billion for the wall's construction. They rejected it. In 2019, Trump tried a more direct approach. He seized national emergency powers, which gave him the ability to divert funds from the Department of Defense into his wall. So the estimated total cost for the wall is around $40 billion, and an estimate $15 billion has already been spent. In 2021, Biden terminated the national emergency and halted the wall's construction, cancelling contracts and rediverting funds back to the Department of Defense. However, as of July 2022, Biden authorized the completion of Trump's wall in Yuma, Arizona, for safety because it is the busiest illegal crossing area. With rumors of Trump wanting to run for president again in 2024, it would be fitting for the wall to reunite and join him. And if the Great Wall of China teaches us anything, it's that people will eventually love a wall that keeps foreigners out.